Yes guys, and welcome back to LS Racing. So today is round 3 of the SuperOne series. We are here at GYG or GYG, or however you want to say the name. There's multiple names at this point, but yeah. So we're back today. It's round 3 of SuperOne. Round 4 tomorrow. It is a wonderful Saturday morning. We were here testing yesterday, getting used to the track, because obviously if you've watched our most recent video you will have seen we came here for a test day, but that was wet and it was nearly 20 degrees yesterday, so yeah, so having to get used to the track in the dry, it was difficult. But in the last session we made some really good progress, so I mean that's what matters really. Made some good progress. So we're going to see what today brings. Back to racing, rolling starts. We've got a practice, qualifying, then we've got the 2 heats and the final. So looking forward to that. We're already in our suit and new Xkart gear, because we have new Xkart team wear and it's really comfy actually. But yeah, so I'm currently on a track walk at the moment by myself because I got bored and I can't just stand around and do nothing. So I've took myself on a track walk and we are now coming up the hill. So you see, if we look back there, that's turn 1 down there. Very good corner, but then look, you come up this hill, which is obviously flat out. There's a Marshall post over there. But yeah, it's been a really good weekend so far. I'm looking forward to seeing how the rest of the weekend goes, but we're just going to see now. Just going to see how today goes. Again, it's another day for us to learn the track, and it's another day to work on our racecraft. Oh, and the sun's just come out. The sun has just come out of GYG, so that's pretty nice as well. It's a nice touch. But yeah, today's all about learning. It's about racecraft, getting used to being on the track still, and we're just going to see how today goes, you know. And then same again tomorrow, live streamed on YouTube. Have some fun with it, I guess. When you're walking up here it doesn't look that bad, but when you're driving a car at full speed it's a bit scary, and it does get scary because when you're at this angle, obviously, so you're coming through there and you're sticking through about the middle of the track-ish, or trying to stick to that white line on the left hand side. But as you come up here, you notice there's a bit of a hill and you can't actually see. So you're flying up here, you're on the left hand side, because obviously you're going to come full speed, so you're going to get thrown to this left hand side here, or right hand side as you guys will see it, but it's my left. And you just come through here and you are literally, you can't see a thing. You genuinely can't see. But braking in the middle of the track, got to come out wide, so it gives you a better exit through that corner, and it'll set you up for that over there. Just a downhill. But yeah, yesterday, let's talk about yesterday. So obviously learning the track in the dry was an interesting day. There was points in the day where I was down and deflated because I wasn't getting any quicker. But I knew in myself that I had a lot more pace in me. But we got there for the final session. In the final session we went 4 tenths quicker. Didn't make any changes to the setup. We were just pushing the car a bit more, and it was literally 2 corners and it made up 4 tenths on the whole lap. So you know what, same again today really, just focusing on pushing more on the throttle, holding the brake, you know, stuff like that. And the thing is, right, all of that will just come with time. I'm still a novice. This is only like what, my 4th race weekend, so I mean, what can you do, eh? But yeah, it'll all come with time in the seat, and that'll come. You can't like I've had Phil Anders and my dad and all the Xkart teams say, you can't beat time in the seat. It's not something you can just overcome like it's nothing. And they are right. Time in the seat is precious, and time in the seat will come. But yeah, so we're only about, with the time we did yesterday, we're only about 8/10 off the leaders, which isn't necessarily as bad as I expected, you know, but obviously it'll all come, and today's a new day, you know. This is a 10-minute recording. It's took us 10 minutes to do a chat walk. That's not too bad. You come through here and you've got this. You want to be as wide as possible through that corner. You want to be all the way using all the track, because that will give you a better exit through the final corner and then up the hill. But we're gonna walk a different way, because this track walk is done, and we're gonna come into the pits now. So imagine we're in our car and we're just coming in the pit lane. So obviously, yeah, that's it. That's our track walk done. On to today, onwards and upwards, I guess, and see how it goes today. And the same again tomorrow. So I'm gonna try get this video out Saturday night, but I can't make any promises, because the way we've done this, we're driving up to GYG and back, and that's an hour and 20 minutes. So we'll get home at about 7:30, and that's not really an ideal time for uploading. Oh, there's Rory Hinkley. Hello, Rory. You're right, pal. But just say hi to the YouTube.
Hello.
Rory Hinkley on the YouTube.
Braden on the YouTube.
Oh my god, there's Braden Boggy here. Oh, Braden Donahue on the YouTube.
Salvador.
Please follow BD Karting on Instagram and TikTok.
Don't follow
please.
BD Karting.
BD Karting.
BD Karting.
Thank you, Braden. Don't follow him.
Exclusive interview.
Look at Salvador Newman on the YouTube. He's gone.
Oh, wow.
He's gone.
Declined the interview.
He's had enough.
That's not good.
He's half asleep. Right, I'm going in the awning. In a bit, boys. Door. We're in the Xkart awning now. Look at Dad. A man at work. A man at work. That's it, number 27. Xkart awning is absolutely huge today. Jesus. Are you still downloading that? Are you still doing the data? Leon Barlow, Lewis Hall. Hello. Oh. But yeah, I'm going to turn the recording off now, and I will get back to you guys when it's, I don't know, maybe qualifying. But yeah. Right guys, so we are getting ready now to go out for our first heat of the weekend. It's heat 1 on Saturday. We're ready, let's see how we can do. I think that just said P26 there, so we are 8 places away from the back. It's not too bad. Getting some heat into these tyres. First ever rolling start at GYG. We were still learning the track, to be fair. I mean, it's a difficult track, you know, it's quite technical, it's very challenging to drive in a road tax, but it's a lot of fun. And look at the clouds. It completely changed the whole weekend, because the thing is, I genuinely thought with this like cloud that was above us, I thought it was going to rain, but in the end it didn't. and the weather just got better as the day went on. But you know, we're ready for heat 1. Finally starting to grid up, coming round the final corner. P26 start. We're going to have the inside line, and we're going to go into the first corner. Alfie Clark's going to get a better start, but we're going to try to keep the inside line. Alfie will get ahead round our outside. I think that's us down to P27 now, but we're going to try opt the normal racing line. We're going to go round the outside of Alfie and the kart 37 as well. We might get Cassidy here as well. There's a lot of contact up ahead, but we're actually going to gain about 3 places from going round the outside there. Cassidy's going to try and go round our outside. We're going to squeeze through, nearly get through. We're going to get hit from behind there as well. Cassidy goes through on us, and then about 4 positions we gained. We've put that down now to about 2 or 3 positions gained. But very good racecraft from us to try and just go around the outside. And you see here, it's Isaac Jameson, Cassidy Southall, and then us, which is pretty cool. So we've got 3 Xkarts trying to work together. Cassidy looks behind him, but he's quicker than me. So at this point, to be honest, I kind of face that Cass would just be in a world of his own after a couple minutes. But let's try follow Isaac and Cass through. Will Isaac send a move on the kart in front? Will Cass send a move? Cass looks like he was going to send a move on Isaac there. Jeez, that would have been a brilliant move from Cass. Fair play to him. But you see, this really big train we've just got going on. But we're going to try, see if we can kind of just make our way through. As we have Josh, I think his name's Josh Parry. He's just gone down our inside. Brilliant move from Josh. We left the door wide open, to be fair to him. So that's a brilliant move from Josh to make his way through. He's actually going to make a mistake coming through here. Will we try and send a move? As we have Adam Jadatis off on the left hand side. It's really tough to see because we're obviously on the right hand side of the screen, but we can't quite get back up to pace with Josh here. Josh is going to fly off, and this is about 3 laps later, absolutely gliding through turn 1. Now we're halfway up the hill, and we actually have Tom, I think his name was, to be honest, I'm not good with names. But you see, 1 kart goes through, and then Adam Jadatis also goes through. So we've lost 2 places going up the hill there. To be honest, in this heat, I should have been defending. But I've noticed when I defend, I start to make a lot more errors. So, to be honest, it's not a case of me not wanting to defend. It's just me being unable to defend under pressure just yet. But obviously, that'll come with having time in the seat and that, you know. Meanwhile, Jack Langford's going to go there. And Archie's going to get past as well, Alfie Clark. I'm so sorry. But what a move from Jack Langford to send it round our outside. We're going to try work with him now and try just follow him through this little train we've got going on. This is a pretty fun train to drive in. Will we try send a move on Clark? We don't just yet, and we actually get hit off there, or hit wide by kart 37. He's going to make his way through. That wasn't really a move I could have defended because, well, he whacked me out of the way. But we're down another position, and in this heat, this wasn't our finest work, to be honest. We just kept on leaving the door open, and there's another one. I think her name was Neve Allen. She flew past us as well. It was just a case of awareness, I guess. We just didn't have any awareness at all, and that cost us big time in this first heat. It wasn't ideal for us at all. And you see, I'm pushing so hard to try and catch up to Neve, and we've got Rory Hinckley, who turns out was defending with a puncture. Rory Hinckley had a puncture, and he was defending like his life depended on it. Meanwhile, there's Shea Hilton. He's going to go down our inside. There's nearly contact, but Rory's still defending. Shea's going to go down the inside of Neve. We try to follow him through, but Neve covers it off just before we can make a move. And from what I can remember, this was the last of our action in the heat, to be honest. Did we send a move on Neve here? No, it looked like we were setting it up. But Rory's still defending this pack with a puncture. Brilliant stuff from Hinckley. But last lap board now. Last lap of the first heat. We are trying so hard. We're in the slipstream of Neve. Will we try? Send a move going up the hill. We can't quite get it. No, the door isn't open. We go wide to try and set up a switchback. We actually make contact with Neve there, so we have to lift off to kind of just make our own space. We're going to have a kart try go around our outside there. but we close off the door, and this is where we kind of realise, oh wait, there's a cart behind us, we might have to try and be careful there. So there's more contact, and then a cart goes down our inside. So that cart who tried to go around our outside a minute ago gets me on the last lap. Brilliant stuff from him, and the checkered flag, you see I'm smacking the wheel. I shouldn't have smacked the wheel, I'll face that. But I wasn't too happy with myself. I think racecraft just wasn't there in that heat, but here we go, ready for heat 2. We're going to see if we can kind of just have a repeat of last time, try and just carve off any places we can really. So here we are, and everyone's just starting to whack into each other, so what a brilliant start to the heat. But yeah, we're getting ready now for our second heat of the day. The weather is a lot better. Look at the sky. It was grey not even an hour ago, and then the sky has just decided to open before us. But here we are, warming the cart. We're going to try pick off a couple places again and see how we do. We're going to have Clark in front of us again, and let's just see what we can do in this heat. But here we are, coming around the final sector to grid up, getting ready for this heat. Let's try, see what we can do. This was weird staying in this position for so long, because I kind of got a bit scared my engine was going to cut out like at Raura. But we got there in the end. Here we are, coming around the final corner, the leaders are off. We're going, we don't get the best of starts. Clark closes us off into the first corner. We can't get past him. We're going to try hold our position. Josh parries on our outside, but we're going to hold the inside line, or are we? Yes, we do, but Josh is going to go around our outside. We're going to opt to the outside line as well. We're going to pick off about 2 places from that. Me and Josh decided to opt for the outside line. Meanwhile, we tried to send it down the inside of Josh because he went wide to try and get past another car. But here we go. This is really heating up now. Josh and us go take a really wide line. We're nearly on the grass. Kart 37 goes through. We try to send it down his inside, but we can't quite get the move. There's Clark again trying to follow him through. We have the outside line. We can't get it. Clark goes down our inside, and all the positions we gained on the opening lap, we've lost them. There's Jadatis again. Adam Jadatis is off again. That's so unlucky from him. But he rejoins the track, kind of gets a separation between me and Archie Clark. We try following through, but look at that! We just get whacked. Tom and Kart 58 completely whacked us, and that's not really the best of racing. But I get it's a racing incident. He was wheel to wheel with someone, so just annoying really. But we move on from it. We're behind Neve Allen now. Us and Neve. Well, Neve's just been defending for a couple of laps now. We've kind of lost our touch in a way. We're really on the back of her though. We're trying to send a move, but you can just tell we've been in this kind of pack for a while. But there goes Shea Hill, and he follows through. He gets past us. But yeah, like I was saying, you can kind of tell that we've been in this little pack for a while, because everyone just kind of pulled away and we just lost our touch. We didn't really find the space to get past Neve. Meanwhile, Shea Hillman, what a move from Shea. He goes down the inside of Neve. Are we going to try follow through now and get past Neve? We're in the slipstream. We try opt for the inside line, but we don't really think it's a good enough move just yet. Do we send a move on Neve going through this corner? We don't. And she's going to try follow Shea Hillman, and Shea's slightly pulled away from us here. But I think this is about a lap later, and look, we are on the bumper of Neve. Will we try send a move at the final corner? We don't, and that's the checkered flag. Smacking the wheel again. Smacking the wheel. Jesus, what am I doing? I think I was just more annoyed than anything, because I knew I had more in tank, if you kind of get what I mean with that. We could have maybe tried following people through, then picked up places from there. Maybe if we'd been a bit more aggressive kind of thing. But look at that, we whack into Tom Day or whatever he's, or a TDR driver, TDR, whatever. I don't speak English. But here we go, getting ready for the final race of the day. Beautiful weather for it, to be fair. Look at the sun, it's out. This is the best time to be out on track really, because the track will have been warm for a while now, and the sun's out, so that will just increase it. So we are going to have a lot of grip to work with here for the final. I don't really know where we're starting. I think it's about P28, P29, because we finished 29th in both heats. So here we go. Very late gridding up, but let's see what we can do as we come round. Oh, we're about to come round the final corner. There's a cart already stopped, but here we go, going into turn 1, and there's carnage. That's about 3 carts off. We're going to stick to the inside line, follow through. There's Shea Hilton. Will he opt for the inside line? He does. We're going to go flat out into that corner and go round the outside of Shea Hilton. There's carts off. There's contact. There's a cart mounting someone. We have to opt to the grass, and look at that. We made up about 4 places for basically nothing because we just couldn't get going. And opting for the grass just wasn't ideal for us. So we've lost a couple places from that. It's not great, but let's see what we can do now for the rest of this final, as we have our own little pack at the back over here. See the rhymes from me there, but here we go. And this, look how much everyone's being held up. Meanwhile, we have like 2 carts off over there as well. Everyone's going for it in this final race of the day. We're in the slipstream of the Xkart 74. Let's see what we can do as we head up the hill. Is anyone going to go for a move? Is anyone going to try send a move? There's contact between 2 carts in front. That's going to give us a little bit of a gap to the Xkart 74, but he gets a better acceleration. And this is about 3 laps later. Oh, and look at that. We make contact again, and we get stuck with Neve Allen. But there, they made contact. We're going to go down the inside of Neve into that corner. We're going to cover it off just so Neve can't send a move. Her and Kart 31 made contact. We followed through. And to be fair, Kart 31 kind of did us a favour there, because I wouldn't have thought we would have had the aggression to send a move on Neve. But here we go. In the slipstream of Kart 31, we're not going to opt for the inside line, we're opting for the outside. But this is about 3 laps later now. And you see, again, it's the case of, look at this, look who's pulled away. We got stuck behind Kart 31. I feel like we would have had a lot more pace, but he's going defensive here. Do we send a move? No, we don't. We've got Neve Allen still behind us. Look how close we are to Kart 31. He's bouncing all over the place. I think surely he must have had kart issues to be bouncing around this much. But yeah, we're keeping the pace up and keeping the consistency, I guess. He's sliding all over the place. At this point, we just needed to get past him if we wanted any chance of catching up to the pack in front, which was Elijah Hartley, our Xkart teammate. But we didn't have long to do it. There was penalties all over the place. He's come sliding through this first corner, and we are going to get the run up the hill. Is this where we try and get the move? The gap's there, and we do. We go down the inside of Kart 31. We were sick of being stuck behind him. I'd had enough, and I think there is a point not coming down the hill, but I do give him the signal to just work with me. Let's get the ones in front. Yeah, there it is. There's the signal. I was starting to get really angry behind that car, but we've gone down his inside, and you see that pack in front, they are pulling away. Or they were when I was stuck behind him. But I think within a couple laps, I'd already kind of created a comfortable gap. And that wasn't a bad lap from us at all. And we're just going to... I know, putting my head down, I don't know why I was doing it, to be honest. But I think it was just to create a gap. But I think this was the final lap. Here we go. You see, we were catching up to the pack in front, but it just wasn't quite enough. But you see, this is going to be our last lap of the day, flying up the hill at GYG. And to be fair, we kind of just improved more as the day went on. But quite happy with how the day went, because you'll see in a minute what our result was from just sitting back and letting everyone fight with each other. But here we come through the final sector, the most technical bit of GYG, whacking the curb, couldn't quite stay right, but we're going to come across the line on this final lap, and that is going to be a P19 finish at GYG on the Saturday. And I'm going to hand you guys over now to me for the end of Saturday, and I'll be back for the Sunday commentary. guys, so that is day 2 done here at GYG. First race day of 2. Saturday was a really good day, to be fair. We had a couple of issues in the heats, but we tried to find our way back and we sorted it, to be fair, and the final made up for it. We finished P19 in the end, made up 10 places, P29 to P19. Really happy with that. A top 20 finish will do us very, very nicely, and I'm really looking forward to tomorrow now. It was going to be streamed on YouTube, so obviously in the Sunday part of this video I will hopefully be including a bit of the stream as well from Alpha Live. But looking forward to tomorrow. Kart felt really good today, and let's just keep on making progress. Let's see if we can get a bit quicker. Let's see if we can be more aggressive and fighting with the people in front. But yeah, so thank you again to Xkart for always being great and always being amazing, and just being an amazing team to be a part of, and obviously with all the help in the awning and stuff like that. And thank you obviously SuperOne for a great day, and we are looking forward to it for tomorrow. Do you want to say anything to the YouTube, Dad?
No mate, good day, progress. We just need to get stuck in tomorrow now and see if we can do a little bit better, a little bit quicker, a few more overtakes and get proper stuck in. But you did good today, mate, well done.
Well, you've heard it from him, so that's good enough for me. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this part of the video, and I'm now going to pass you guys over to me again on Sunday morning, so I'll see you in a bit. Right guys, so it is the final day, day 3 here at GYG, Sunday race day. We're on a track walk again at the moment. Got a bit bored again, but this isn't going to be as long of a track walk as last one, because I've got 8% battery to work with and it's dying very quickly. So we're just on a track walk at the moment. Very excited for today. We had a top 20 finish in the final yesterday. We made up 10 places in the final, P29 to P19 in the final, so that's pretty good for us. So we're feeling good ahead of today. A lot more confident compared to how we did yesterday. So let's just see what today brings. It's going to be streamed on YouTube, it's going to be, you know, all of that. But yeah, really looking forward to today, so yeah, we'll see what happens. Right guys, so I'm back. We're ready to go for Heat 1 here. Not as good qualifying position as yesterday, but obviously the rubber's getting older, but obviously that's no excuse for my driving, but it'll come. it'll come with time in the seat and stuff like that. We get Lewis, a lot nod from Lewis Sumner there. But there's Cassidy Southall. Now, if you were listening earlier in the video, I was telling you that Cassidy's quicker, he's got more experience in the seat, he knows what he's doing. Cassidy got held up in qualifying, which was really unlucky for him because he was top rookie on the Saturday. So Cass was, I knew he had pace because he was top rookie. So obviously, let's just see if we can follow Cass through here, because Cass will have the inside line on us on this Heat 1 rolling start, and obviously the Heat 2 one, because positions do not change for the heats. Positions for the grid only change until the final. But yeah, here we go, warming the car up. Let's see what we can do. A different type of line for this rolling start. We've never started on the outside line at GYG, but let's see how we do as we come around the final corner. The leaders are off. That's time for us to go. We get the outside line. We're just about ahead of Cassidy. He gets squeezed and he actually hits us there. I thought that was going to cause a spin because Cass was literally sideways. But here we go, going up the hill. We're going to go round the outside of kart 37. We are loving this outside line. We actually get 3 karts in one go there. 3 karts in one go. And there's another one. And there's another one. We go down the inside of the TDR driver, down the inside of kart 57. He gets the inside line though. It was the outside, transfer to the inside. Drew Priesner's going to go through as well. He got disqualified. He got disqualified in qualifying in the morning for being underweight, I think it is. So that's unlucky for Drew, but he's obviously going to make his way through. He's rapid, Drew. So he'll obviously just end up picking quite a few of us off probably. But here we go, that first lap is done. Not a bad opening lap from us, opting to the outside line again. I'm loving the outside line at GYG. And there it is, the move from Drew Priesner down the inside of that kart 58 or 56. Can't really see the number too clearly, but Drew gets through, and to be honest, we didn't have as much trouble as the karts in front did. Look at that little train they've got going on here, and I just kind of had my own little world in a way. That's much better from us, the GYG line. It's much better to attack the curve coming through there, and we do just that, but we have a little issue. But let's just try catch the kart in front, try I guess work together and just see if we can catch up to the pack in front. Does anyone go down our inside here? Because I don't usually run this clip for that long. Yeah, there we go, there we go. Kart 74 goes past us. Aiden Young, that's his name I think. But Aiden's going to go through. And I think this is where Cassidy goes through. No, never mind, that's Teddy Cooper. So we had Teddy Cooper go down our inside, because turns out a couple people got hit off. And there's Cassidy, and there's Leon Barlow as well. Leon went into this weekend leading the SuperOne Championship. And we lose 3 positions there. So up the hill, we've lost about 5 positions in this heat, which isn't something to be proud of, I get that. But look at this. We're just kind of... And then it gets to this point now where we are in our own little world. We were in our little kind of pack, and that was the checkered flag. We come across the line. That's a P22 finish after all the drop downs and all the penalties were given out. So P22 is not a bad finish from us. Kind of similar to yesterday's finish. And the sun's out now once again. Repeating how yesterday was, where we had obviously the clouds and then the skies come out for Heat 2. And look at this now, we actually have car issues. Isaac Jameson is not moving, which isn't great for Isaac. I felt that bad for him, but he does actually get back out. Neve Allen lets us through. We're trying to warm the tyres, right? But then I think you'll notice once we get up the hill, it kind of clicked with me that we were so late out the pits, they'd probably go without us. So you see, I'm warming the car just a bit here, and this is where I am flat out through here. It's as if I'm taking the racing line. You can see there the leaders, they are already coming round to the final section, so we're going to have to try and get through as quickly as possible here. if we want any chance of catching up. And the reason we skipped forward is because we did do a false start. So we had to go around again. Mia Caruso's now ahead of us because she's got her places due to not making it out the pit lane. And here we go. We give Caruso a tap going through turn 1. The rolling start wasn't too bad from us. We're going to go side by side with Caruso. We're going to opt for the outside line. We're going to go round the outside of Mia Caruso, round kart 16. And we do actually get that move on kart 16. He's going to keep his inside line though. Look at this. Look at all the carnage unfolding here. Look at all the karts going off. We go for a wider line to see if we can get the run out of the corner. We keep ahead of Caruso, but kart 16 is going to stay ahead for now, that is. We're going to try go down the inside of Cassidy, but we don't get that move. Archie Clark's going to go down our inside. We're going to try keep that inside line. We make contact. We kind of squeezed us out, but we're going to go down his inside around this final sector. We were side by side through half the track. He tries to go back down our inside. That's cheeky from Archie. But there we go. Oh, look at that. We're going to go side by side with Cassidy. We're going to get the run on the inside of the hill. I didn't really expect to make that a move, to be honest. But yeah, so we get past Cassidy after defending Archie, which was a bit weird. But look here, we get to a point. I'm kind of in this little pack and trying to catch up to this pack in front. Me and Cass were running similar pace, so we weren't really fighting each other. Look at that. These two made contact up the top of the hill. They nearly take each other out, and we get the double switchback as them two made contact in front. We get a double switchback, and this is where we kind of start to realise, oh damn, we've got to push. We've got to lead this little train we've got going on. And look, we even get a bit of screen time on Alpha Live as well. I'm just going to let this play for itself.
So far in 9th place in front of Charlie Benson. Sam Flynn, who was strong in heat number 1, is currently running...
And you can kind of see from that video, as we get the last lap over, you can see from the video, we were holding up about 7 karts at once, which was just crazy, because I didn't realise how many karts I was trying to defend at once. And we were even catching up to this kart in front, so I didn't expect it. But we're going to take a defensive line on Cass here. We're going to have a snap of oversteer. Cass is going to go through on us, actually. We're not going to fight it. There's no point risking it on the last lap. We go wide here, and that's going to cost us now. Because look, he's going to go down our inside. We've lost 2 positions on the final lap. And in this little train that we had, we lost 2 places on the final lap. I was devastated as I come across the line. Look at that. Smacking the wheel again. I'm the wheel smacker final boss, I guess. But that's heat 2 done with. And here we go now for the final. I think it's a P23 start from us. So P22 in both finals. Sorry, not finals, heats. P22 in both heats. And here we go for the final. Let's see just how we can do, to be honest. Let's see if we can have a good show in here. Be aggressive, be smooth. And you can see that's actually written on my wheel. I had my dad write smooth on the wheel, and I had Phil Anders write go on boy on the wheel. So that was pretty funny. But here we go now, coming around the final sector as we grid up for this rolling start. I kind of forgot where I was for a minute. I kind of forgot where I was, inside or outside wise, but I remembered we had the inside line, and to be honest, I preferred it that way. Having the inside line is so much better at GYG, in my opinion, because you can just kind of make your way through. But here we go, on the bumper of kart 28, coming around the final corner, and we go racing. Lewis Holt, our Xkart teammate, is going to get ahead of us. We're going to try to go round the outside of Lewis, but we don't get the drive out the corner. And going up the hill, everyone kind of starts to pull away, but we are again going to opt for the outside line. We're going to try to send it round the outside of Lewis. We just about get it for now, that is, and we actually do get the move on Lewis Holt. We're going to get ahead. I didn't really expect that, to be honest. So we get round the outside of Lewis Holt. We're now trying to follow kart 28 through. Do we get any sort of moves through this sector? We go wide on purpose, but that's going to give Lewis Holt the chance to go through on us. We nearly make contact there, but Lewis goes through on us. Just as we got past him, Lewis Holt's going to go through, and there's the Xkart 16 as well. He's going to go through on us. We nearly made contact again. But yeah, let's just try make our way through now as we head up the hill. Not a bad start from us, but it definitely could have been better compared to how the heats were. We'll try to opt for the outside line again, but it isn't going to work. And to be honest, this was basically it for the final. I kind of got to a point where these guys were fighting in a pack and I just couldn't catch up. I was doing 43.4s, which was my PB the whole weekend, and I still couldn't catch up no matter how hard I tried. But look at that, car 16 nearly got whacked off then. But yeah, and this kind of set our tone for the final, trying to chase down this car with the orange suit and the white helmet, just trying to kind of chase down this little pack we had going on. But you see, he kind of pulls away once we get up the hill, and yeah, here we go. Someone's going to go through on us there, surely. Yeah, and we get a bit of airtime as well. But yeah, that was pretty much it for our final. He gets through on us, he catches up to the pack in front, and we were kind of just left out to dry in this situation. Wasn't too bad though. I think I kind of liked the hot lapping because I was able to try new things, but the gap I had wasn't a risk as well. But here we are flying up the GYG hill. You can see we kind of suffered from oversteer there. But coming down, he starts to pull away, and this again just set our tone for the final. But after Saturday, I wanted more. I wanted another close to top 20. But where we finished in this final wasn't as close, and I think that's what was annoying for me, because I think I definitely had more aggression and more of this and more of that in me. But it'll come, you know, and like everyone says, you can't beat time in the seat, and you'll never beat it. But it'll come once we have more time in the seat and more aggression and everything like that, you know. But it was a brilliant weekend at GYG, to be fair. I really enjoyed myself. I can't wait to go back. We are not at clay pigeon for round 5 and 6 of the SuperOne Championship. We're not going because we can't, but we should, and say should because obviously that's months away, but we should be doing fullback, and we might be doing Hooten round 4. So it's all about time in the seat, you know, and we're trying to get that. It's our first national championship, and there we have another kart go down our inside. I think that was the last time we got overtaken in this final, unless someone else got past us. But the kart 56, who was quicker than us the whole weekend, fair play to him, gets past us, and he kind of just starts to pull away here, and here we go, coming across the line. That's the last lap board. So I'm going to let you guys watch this last lap of GYG from our SuperOne race weekend. And I hope you guys enjoy. Don't forget, like, subscribe, comment, notification bell. You guys know all of that by now. And I will see you guys, hopefully, for Hooten Run 4. But if not, I will see you guys very, very soon. Alright, bye-bye. Right guys, so that is the end of the weekend from GYG. It's a really good weekend for us. We've learned quite a bit this weekend, kept on pushing it and got really consistent with lap times. It was an enjoyable weekend for us, and we're really looking forward to our next outing. We could be at Hooten for round 4 of the IndyCar Championship, so that will most likely be our next outing, and I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this longer video than usual. I decided to put both days into one video. But thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to Xkart, thank you to SuperOne. the usual thank yous that go out every time in the videos, because I can't thank them enough. But don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notifications. You guys know every single bit of that by now, and I will see you guys in the next one. Alright, bye bye.